There's a rumor going around that Gweilo 60 is leaving China once again. Well, see, my buddy Ronnie passed away here a couple days ago, and I sort of taken it to heart. It hit me harder than I thought it would, and it, got me thinking. And when Ronnie was around, and after he'd already gotten cancer, we talked, and he said, "Do more traveling, Kirk. Don't get in a rut. You spend too much time in Nanning. Go to Thailand, go to the Philippines, go travel around, experience more." And then when Miranda got here, just 3.5 weeks ago, she's back in Canada now, but when Miranda got here, she sort of made me go and do things. She made me go to Ditiem Falls, and made me go to Mingshik's countryside, made me go to Hong Kong, made me go to different places in Nanning that I've never seen before. And that sort of bounced me out of my little slump that I was in. And sure, I've been through a fair bit of shit over the last little while, but that's no reason to get into a rut and get lethargic, because it's not in my nature. I've never been like that my whole life. So between the two of them, they sort of popped me out of it. So thanks both of you. Thanks Ronnie, and thanks Miranda in Canada for sort of bouncing me out of that. So what did I do? I booked a 4-week trip into the Philippines just off the cuff. I booked the flight before I knew where I was going. Flying into Metro Manila is the cheapest way, and then you sort of make your way from there. I gotta order some hotel rooms for the first couple of days until I get my ass oriented and stuff, but I'm sure I will. It's just a matter of time. Then I think I'll bounce down to Dumaguete in it's southern Philippines, on an island, and well, they're all islands, I guess, and sort of check it out. Maybe go into some of the provinces, and because they speak English in the Philippines, it's going to make it a lot easier. But one of the things I am going to miss is the infrastructure of China. Like, you know what I mean? The infrastructure of China. I'm going to miss the high-speed trains. I'm going to miss the subways. I'm going to miss the state-of-the-art airports, and the buses, and the DD drivers, and all of the things that make life in China so much easier than the West, where I grew up, type thing. So, and I know that in the Philippines they're not going to have these amenities, because the Philippines is basically a very poor area of the world. They're islands. They don't have a lot of infrastructure, manufacturing, ways to make cash. There's a lot of call centers, IT call centers and stuff down there. But I guess it is what it is, and I think that's probably what's going to give it a little bit of interest for somebody like me, because I've been to the Philippines before, back when I was in the Navy, the Canadian Navy, my 1978-ish type thing, eh? And back then, it was just basically a frickin' jungle, and that's about it. So it's going to be an interesting trip for somebody like me, and because they've got sketchy internet down there, I'm not sure whether I'm going to be able to upload videos and get them out, and I'll take a laptop with me. But you might see a downtime for Gweilo 60 channel during this time period when I'm traveling, and if that's the case, well then so be it, type thing, eh? Boy, they're noisy up there, aren't they? In the morning, down by the river, in Nanning or any Chinese city, there's always people doing their musical instruments, playing their musical instruments, singing songs, fishing, of course. Oh, and there's a guy who caught a fish. I'll put a little bit of B-roll in here about a guy catching a fish. Little tilapia out of the river here, and so there is fish in this river. But so I'm landing at 1:10 in the morning in the Philippines, so I gotta get a hotel close to the airport, and then I'll just work my way around. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I'm basically an avid traveler. I have been traveling around the world for the last 45 years or more. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that I'm used to. But I was getting into a rut, and one of the ways of getting out of a rut is go on a trip, an extended trip. You see, with me, I can just get up and leave whenever I want. You know, throw some clothes into a carry-on, and that's basically what I take, is just a carry-on. If I need more stuff, and my camera gear takes most of the room up. If I need more stuff, I just buy it along the way, and basically that's the way I am. It doesn't matter where I live in the world, because I'm a single guy. I could live in the Philippines, I could live in China or Cambodia or Australia, Canada. Doesn't really matter. I'm financially, I'm set enough that it really doesn't matter where I live. So this trip is going to be sort of nice. I'm going to get nice hotels. I'm going to eat really good food. Yes, I know you're asking. You're sitting on the edge of your seat saying, "Gweilo, are you going to go check out the girls in the Philippines?" Oh, definitely. I'm going to be checking out the girls in the Philippines. Why? Because from everything that I've heard is they're beautiful. They speak English, and they don't care if you're an old codger like me. So stay tuned for that part of the video too, coming up in the future. One of the other things that sort of pushed me towards the Philippines is the mainstream media rhetoric that's plotting China against the Philippines and Philippines against against China. And knowing mainstream media in the Western world, most of it's bullshit. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go down there. I'm going to interview some people on the street and ask them what they think of China and the Chinese people, and see if this hate really exists in the Filipino people. They say that they're polite, kind, good people. So I think that the mainstream media is just producing hatred, like they always do, producing hatred over their mediums to try to create animosity between the two countries, and because they're good at it, that's basically what they do. So I'm going to go down there and I'm going to check that out too, and try to dispel that. If well, but you never know, it might be true, and if it is, then I'll put that on the channel too, to show you exactly what the sentiment is that the Filipino people think about the Chinese people. So anyway, that's a little bit of an update from the banks of the Yang River here in Nanning, China, about what's going on in Gweilo 60's life here over the next little while. I leave in 5 days, and I'll be gone for 4 weeks. And if I like it down there, I'll rent a condo for the winter months, because it gets ugly cold here in the winter time, about halfway through December till about halfway through March, and then I'll have a place where people speak English, and the weather's warm, 35, 36 degrees all year round, and I think it'll be good for me. Never spend all your time as a retired person in one place, because you will get in a rut, you will get lethargic. I made a video 4 or 5 years ago about that very topic, and you know, the idea that when you retire, don't retire to one place, retire to many places. Don't sit on your ass and do bugger all and get into that rut where you're doing exactly the same thing each day, because if you do, then your life is boring, and you might as well just stay in Canada and not become an expat, because expats are there to look for adventure, and that's exactly what I'm going to be doing, is looking for adventure in the Philippines, new experiences, new foods, check out the chicks, and you know, see how that works for me. And maybe it'll spice up this channel a little bit, because I have been getting a little bit boring lately, guys. And but it's still early in the morning, so I'm not going to be drinking beer this early. That usually puts a bounce in my step. That's a guy over there singing that. Oh my God. Okay, well, you know, each to their own. Well, anyway, that's another video from Gweilo 60 on the banks of the Yonge River here in Nanning, China, southern Guangxi Autonomous Region. It's a beautiful day, and in a week, maybe this video will be coming out of the Philippines. You never know. Till next time, peace out. Bye now. Oh, like, comment, subscribe, and then peace out. Bye now.